And in fact, it was a series of synchronicities that led Kristen and I back together to develop this work. So a little over 2 years ago, I had a terrible romantic heartbreak and suffered a miscarriage. I lost my job due to budget cuts. My mother was diagnosed with cancer. My father had his second heart attack and was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. My brother was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And I was really struggling to make ends meet as a single mother. And, all of these things were happening in my life, and all I could focus on was this failed relationship. And so I actually went to talk to a wealth and abundance coach who also happened to be a spiritual advisor. Her name was Jenny Schultz. And as I was discussing my issues with her, she explained to me that I needed to replace this concept of love or money, because we were talking about money, as imagining that both love and money were the same thing. That all of our energy existed in the same bucket. And if I wanted to improve my financial abundance, I had to look at my love life. I was clinging to aspects of a relationship, to this fantasy of what I wanted in that relationship, and it just wasn't meant to be for me. And so because I was cycling around the immaterial, that was what I had, right? So we have to start to think about whatever facet of your life that you feel you're struggling in the most. Understand that that facet is not disparate from the other parts of your body, from the blockages in your several chakras, right? If we need to tap into one, we need to tap into and activate all. And that's what we are going to be doing for you in this course, what we're going to be guiding you to do for yourself in this course. But to bring this back to how Kristen and I started to develop this work together, Jenny Schultz said that she wanted to help me collect parts of my soul. And she told me about shamanism and soul retrieval. And she said, despite all of the things I had been doing as a psychotherapist, including being in my own therapy, exploring Reiki as a trained practitioner, going out and cutting off 12 inches of my hair, deepening my relationships with women, writing a book and getting it published, all of these wonderful things I was doing to work on myself, despite that, I still had this weight, this grief that was clinging to me over the relationship, over different things going on in my life. And she felt that I needed a soul retrieval to try to bring that back. And so she gave me a link to a YouTube channel, which talked a little bit more about soul journeying. And when I clicked on the link, I laughed out loud because who was it? Kristen Boyer. And the reason that was so funny was because Kristen had been my very first art therapy intern when I was a new professional in the working world. And so we reconnected and we came together to do this work.
And I had started out in creative arts therapies and psychotherapy training until I hit a brick wall right after I graduated with my creative arts therapies degrees. And I got married to someone who ended up being a total sociopath. And he emptied my bank account and fled the country as soon as we started to have some financial issues. And I was left high and dry and went through a really devastating dark night of the soul where I ended up losing everything that I had built my life on and went through what I was calling a quarter life crisis. And what that led me to was the realization that I had been trying to fill these voids in my heart all of my life with relationships, with love, with acceptance, with power, with control, with knowledge. And none of those things were ever really satiating my true desire for what it was that I was missing, which were crucial parts of my soul that I had blocked off because of traumas I had experienced that were then clogged and stuck in my chakras. And so I began to embrace shamanism and began to do soul retrieval work, not only on myself, but study with shamans around the world to be able to bring this healing practice to my clients, bridging together those psychotherapy framework and bringing in the shamanic healing so that it could be embraced and these people could have an elevated healing experience. And that's when I met Brianna, right after I went through all of these dark nights of the soul, these deep experiences that allowed me to get more clear about my purpose and about the power of getting your power back and about clearing out all the old stuff that gets stuck inside your body. And so healing through the chakras was born between us when we came together and realized that we had so many synchronicities, a lot of different experiences that were mirrors for one another, and we realized that the important tools that we used and we took away from our experiences were that our energies get stuck and that we need to get our power back. So we've put together this comprehensive program and live mastermind course to support you in doing the same.
Healing Through the Chakras is a live, online, comprehensive course that brings together these different elements of healing. We take you through the natural flow of each chakra, each one a building block to move on to the next. The lessons are fun, easy, and bite-sized so that you can understand more specifically what's going on in each chakra for you and have a more tailored experience about how to unblock it and activate it.
We join you for live weekly calls to check in and support you during this process. Plus, you're part of a community going through the same transformational process as you are, so there's plenty of support as you're moving through each of the chakras. And we also have creative arts therapies exercises that are going to help you to integrate all of the information, the emotions, and everything that comes up for each of the chakras so that you can feel grounded, supported, and in your power.
We're not only giving you these tools to help heal yourself, but also to bring these into practice for all you therapists and healers out there.